Owen Hussein here from FightHype.com, and I'm here with another PBK, Josh Kelly. Josh, tell me what's going on, man. What's happening?
Hey, I'm excited, ready to rock and roll, and then Saturday night, it's going to be a lot of that. I can't wait. I can't wait to get in that ring Saturday. Can't wait to weigh in, get the food down us, and then weigh in Saturday fresh. So,
you know, Joshua Bartzi up there said he's got this look going on Fight Night where steal the girlfriend look. Is this your look for Fight Night?
It's just me. I don't change. Don't worry about that. I'm not going to come in and change my look. I feel as though I'm handsome enough now to go in the ring. I feel as though it's just I don't need to change much. I'm who I am. I just go in there and just do the business, enjoy it, put a smile on, get through it. I smile in the fight, smile, just happy man. I'm enjoying life. So I can't wait, mate. Can't wait.
You know, I seen the face-off just then, and you're looking him up and down. What was going through your head? What did you see in him?
I just seen him. I don't really know. I get a vibe when I stand next to someone and staring into the eyes, and I got a sense that he was putting a big front on. I got a sense that he did not believe in himself, and I feel as though I give the vibe off where I was. He knew I truly believed in myself, and he knew that I'm coming to get the win, and I know that he's looking into my eyes and he's trying to put a bit of a big front on and see past it. I mean, you grow up and you go through many experiences outside of boxing in life to learn things like this, and I know when someone's trying to put a front on, and he's going to come to fight, no doubt, but he doesn't truly believe in himself. So.
You are fighting somebody who's very experienced. He's fought the people in the past like Arizandi Laura, you know, Isha Smith. He's fought people. He's gone to the States, fought people like that. Have you looked at any of past footage? Have you gone off that, or is it just you being yourself, doing what you know best in the ring?
A bit of both. I do watch fighters a lot. Watch them a lot. Stopped watching them a couple of weeks before the fight. I mean, Carlos Molina, I've watched him in his heyday when he used to box Isha Smith and people like that. And I wouldn't watch him now because I feel as though that's a worse version of himself. And I'm expecting the best Carlos Molina to come, and he says he's going to make the biggest boxing comeback in history. I don't think you can compete with the likes of Sugar Ray Leonard when he used to come back 5 years out and beat Marvin Hagler, but that's just my opinion, do you know what I mean? So you haven't seen Josh Kelly retire and come back yet, so I don't really know, but no, we're going in nice and confident, happy, smiley, and Carlos Molina's going to get a big shock on Saturday night.
Josh, you talked about it over there at the press conference that maybe this is the year where you step up and, you know, you go into these big fights. You are starting that off with a good test against Carlos Molina, but what does the year of 2018 hold once and if you beat Carlos Molina?
I'm quite superstitious in talking about afterwards, but just big fights. The big fights to the public, but to me they're just fights and steps I need to take in the right direction to get to the top. I'm only looking towards the top. If you come to this game and you're looking for less than the number one spot, I feel as though you could get it, and I'm fully confident in myself to get there. And we're just trials and tribulations are on the way up there, and then there'll be tests, and this is just one of the tests where I've got to come through on Saturday.
I want to talk about the main event, Joshua versus Parker, unification, big heavyweight clash. When the heavyweights get together, it just brings everyone together. Do you understand? What do you make of that fight? How do you see that fight playing out? Who do you see winning?
I see Parker causing Joshua a few problems, but I feel like in the end Joshua's big, strong, it's seriously hard, and he's really fast as well. So I feel as though that's going to play a massive factor in it. And after say 6 rounds, I see Parker starting to make mistakes and Joshua capitalising on them and sort of blowing them away, and I think that's what happened on Saturday night.
Obviously the fans want to see eventually Joshua versus Wilder. Now they both got great knockout power and whatever else, but how do you see that fight going?
That's massive. That's a massive one. I mean, he's got to get through Parker. Parker's no mug. He could come and surprise all of us on Saturday. He's a massive talent, Parker, but Wilder is like the name Wild. He's just wild, isn't he? It's in the name. It's in the nature. He's been given that name, and he's over it, and he's a dangerous man. Him versus Joshua would cause eruptions, and if that fight happens sooner rather than later, it's going to be one of the biggest heavyweight fights that you could make. So that'll get everyone's interest. I mean, he's got to come through this on Saturday, but I'm fully confident that he will.
You know, when you came out on the scene, you know, a couple of fights into it, people started comparing you to people like Lomachenko, and I know that's far-fetched, and I know you're very early in your career, but he's fighting a big fight against Linares. I think it's in May. What do you make of that fight?
I feel as though Linares has only just sort of got his he's been in the game a long time, Linares, and I've watched him since way back, and I've seen him get beat and come back and stuff like that. But he's sort of got his recognition towards the end of his career for some reason when he's come over here and he's fought like Collar. I may be wrong, but I mean I've followed him before that, so I knew of him before. But he's starting to get massive now. But I feel as though now he's starting to he's hit his peak and he's coming on slowly on the climb towards. I see Lomachenko being too quick on his feet. Lomachenko's not bothered about going around. He'll touch you and just make you miss and touch you and hit you, and that's what he does, and he just drains the life out of you. It drains you mentally more than physically, and I feel as though he will with Linares. I feel as though Linares will load up, all being a bigger man, and Lomachenko will go around the side of him and start. I don't see Lomachenko stopping him, I see it being a point victory, but I see it being very showy and like Lomachenko-esque, so good.
And our FightHype, we've got to ask you about the welterweight division. You know, we speak to Keith Thurman quite often, Earl Spence, whoever else in the States. Who's the king of the 147-pound division in your eyes? Apart from yourself, obviously.
I mean, you've got to look at the top lads. You've got to look at like Earl Spence. Like you said, Keith Thurman, massive. I mean, the Australian fella, he's quite... Jeff Horn, he's quite an underrated fighter for a world champion. He looks quite awkward and strong. I think between Errol Spence and Keith Thurman, them are the top two at the moment. And I think they've got to fight before anyone else starts to look at the world title. So I can't wait to get myself up in the mix there. I don't know, I'm not going to predict anything, but get me up in the mix there. I'd like to test myself alongside these lads. Not now, but in the future, I can see myself testing myself along these. But Errol Spence and Keith Thurman, massive talents. Keith bangs, Errol Spence is strong.
The sort of good thing is they're not old fighters. They're still like quite young. So there might be a possibility, you know, God willing, that if you progress your future and you just keep on winning, maybe in the future something happens.
Yeah, maybe in the future I'm stepping up against Carlos in my 6th fight. So I'm not scared of big fights. I'm prepared well for them. And if that comes in the future, I'd grab it with both hands, take it, and I just love fighting, love sparring, love everything about it. So I love to test myself.
Josh, I've taken 8 minutes of your time. I'm going to give you this mic. I'm going to let you sign off this interview however you want. So it's all up to you.
Oh, he's got the mic. Got the pressure now.
The pressure.
Right, FightHype. Oh, he's all tuning in Saturday. What's a good display? What's a good win? And start following all me social media websites. Josh Kelly 07 Instagram, Twitter, BBK. But I just want to say, you all need to tune in and watch what happens on Saturday. I might do the Conor McGregor and just drop it. No, I know it's too expensive to do that, right? Oh, good fight, I'm off.